So what is the biggest problem that businesses are facing with shallow automation?
I think for a lot of businesses that I speak with, it's they've enabled Copilot. They're using Teams premium features or transcriptions to record their meetings, etc. And then they think that's it, they've done, and they're not really seeing a tangible return on investment for that. So what I think they need to do is really just go deeper. So instead of just enabling these features, actually review your processes internally, see what makes sense to automate, or see what makes sense to use AI for. Right, we've not even touched on AI agents yet, which are agents that you can build in your own tenant with your own account with no special licensing. You just tell it the kind of agent you want it to do. For example, you want it to review a data set and then produce a report once a month. Great, Copilot agents will go and build that for you. You don't even need no experience, don't need any of that, and it's no code as well. So it's not even low code; it's a no code platform, and anyone in the business is enabled to do that. I just think it needs discussions with multiple departments on how best to implement it for their role.
On there as well, there's a really interesting process that I have seen in the past with other platforms. I've seen it before with companies trying to implement Power BI for reporting purposes, and it's the same thing with Copilot and Copilot agents. Your employees, your members of your team, you've got them there doing a particular job. If you've got somebody in the finance team doing payroll, they are an accountant, they know how to do numbers. That's what they do. What they are not is they are not a data analyst. They are not AI engineer. And what can often happen is when businesses are giving their employees these tools, it's seen as giving them another tool in their tool belt. But what can quite easily happen is you've given them a tool in their tool belt, but they have got absolutely no idea how to use that tool. They don't even know what the tool does, let alone where to start with it. So there is a organizational angle that needs to be considered when deploying any tool, especially AI Copilot agents, workflows, whatever it might be, where there needs to be an element of assistance from the organization to engage with their employees, with their teams, to figure out where they can use these tools best. Because even if you've given them a functional no-code solution, there's still an element of you need to know how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, if you don't even know what it can do, it's never going to give any return on investment, even if it is easy to use.
But it can become a burden for employees as well. They've been told that we've got this tool to use and they need to use it to see a tangible return on investment. And you've got board level people shouting, saying, we bought this tool, we will better be using it. Why is nothing improved? Why is our bottom line not gone up? And that's purely because you need to look at it from not just a tool to give to employees, but actually an organizational change. So look at it from a process point of view, look at what you can improve, look at the business outcomes that you want to achieve before you start going, we'll just enable Copilot. So decide that first, decide what outcomes you want to achieve, what actual benefits you want, and then sort of build from there, kind of like building backwards.
I think with that, it's kind of looking at that companies aren't kind of suggesting these days is that if you use AI, you have a performance edge over your competition, because that time's past. It's gone. That was 2020 when it first came out. Everybody has got access to artificial intelligence. Everyone's got Copilot. Everyone's got the same set of tools. What really matters now is that investment into how organizations want to use those tools. That's where the competitive edge is. That's where businesses will set themselves apart and be able to perform as a next tier up company compared to their competition that they have otherwise been comparing themselves with. It's that self-reflection to figure out where they can best use it that allows them to work with it. And that's not what every company is doing. Companies are, like we said earlier, using AI, thinking they've done it, they've implemented it, they've got that tool in their tool belt now. But what they've not done is they've got their new impact driver, but they've not put the shelves up yet.